Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Kindly watch until the end of the video and please do like, share and subscribe. Have you ever thought why people from different parts of the world have different colored skin? Let's see what causes the skin color variations in humans and why do people from tropics generally have darker skin color than those who live in the colder climates. Variations in human skin color are adaptive traits that correlate closely with geography and the sun's ultraviolet radiation. Skin color appear to be adaptive traits that were passed through the genes from parents to children. A person's skin color is determined by the amount of melanin in his or her skin. It ranges from a very dark brown to a nearly yellowish pink. Let's see the typical features and tanning abilities of 6 skin types. Type 1. Pale white skin. Always burns and never tans. Type 2. Fair skin. Burns easily and tans minimally. Type 3. Darker white skin. Sometimes burns, gradually tans. Type 4. Light brown skin. Minimum burning and always tans. Type 5. Brown skin. Rarely burns and always tans. Type 6. Dark brown or black skin. Never burns but tans very darkly. Melanin is a dark brown to black pigment produced by special cells called melanocytes. Melanin is a natural sunscreen that protects the tropical people from many harmful effects of UV rays. By doing this, it helps to prevent sunburn damage that could result in DNA changes and subsequently several kinds of malignant skin cancers. Yet when certain amount of UV rays penetrates the skin, it helps the human body use vitamin D to absorb calcium necessary for strong bones. As people move to areas farther from equator with lower UV levels, natural selection favored lighter skin. Both light and dark complexion people have melanin. The more melanin in your skin, the darker your skin will be, and the more protection it will have against UV rays. People with light skin have just a little melanin. People with darker skins have more melanin. In addition, individuals differ in the number and size of melanin particles. These two variables are the more important in determining skin color than the percentage of different kinds of melanin. People with yellow skin tones have more or another type of pigment called keratin. People who live in the tropics are exposed to more of the sun's harmful UV radiation. As a result, their skin tends to become darker as the body produces more melanin to counteract the effects of the sun's rays. Over successive generations, genes are passed down from parents to their children, including the tendency to produce a certain amount of melanin given the area where they live. Likewise, people in the north tend to have lighter skin colors because they don't receive as much as sun's harmful UV rays. As a result, their bodies do not need to produce as much melanin, which makes their skin color lighter. Also, the lighter skin tones in northern areas allows more UV rays to penetrate the skin to help produce the essential amount of vitamin D that the body needs. The body must always strike a careful balance to make sure that it receives just enough UV radiation to make essential vitamin D, while avoiding overexposure that can cause skin cancer. Of course, in today's modern world of international travel, people of all races, ethnicities and nationalities travel and live all over the globe. Their individual bodies adapt to the conditions where they live over time, and they pass on these traits to their children, which helps explain the myriad skin tones we see all around us every day. It would be harmful if melanin acted as a complete shield. A certain amount of shortwave UV radiation must penetrate the outer skin layer in order for the body to produce vitamin D. 90% of this vitamin is normally synthesized in the skin and the kidneys with the help of ultraviolet radiation. Remaining 10% comes from the food such as fatty fish and egg yolks. Vitamin D3 is needed for the intestines to absorb calcium and phosphorus from the food for bone growth and repair. Calcium is also necessary in adults to maintain normal heart action, blood clotting, and a stable nervous system. Vitamin D may help prevent a wide range of cancers, including those of the colon and the breast. Eye color. Melanin is responsible for the color of our eyes. Variation in the color of our eyes from brown to green depends on the amount of melanin in the iris, which in turn is determined genetically. Individuals with black or brown eyes have eyes with more melanin to block the sun's rays. Those with blue, green or hazel eyes have little protection from the sun and may experience discomfort, irritation, burning and tissue damage if the eyes are not protected by sunglasses when exposed to the bright light. Hair color. Our hair color is also determined by various amounts of melanin. The actual appearance of hair and its overall reflective quality is determined primarily by the pigment type, but also by the density and distribution of the pigment granules. There are different types of melanin, and the ratio of these pigments produces different hair colors, again genetically determined. The mixture varies not only from person to person, but also across a person's head. Eumelanin is a dark pigment that predominates in black and brunette hair. Pheomelanin is a lighter pigment found in red hair and is concentrated in the redder areas of the skin, such as the lips. Because people with red hair are less able to make the dark eumelanin pigment, their skin is generally quite pale and burns easily with sun exposure. Grey hairs contain only a few melanin granules spread out through the air. White hairs contain no melanin at all. Their whiteness is an optical effect due to the way they reflect the light. Often you find either eumelanin or pheomelanin in the hair, but not both. Adjacent patches of the hair follicles may show a very precise split between the two pigment types. This effect is most obvious in the patterns and the markings of other mammals such as leopards, tigers, and certain breeds of dogs. Let's see the comparison between the physical properties of hair. Cross-sectional shape. Cross-sectional shape among Africans is elliptical, among Caucasians is ovate, among Asians is round. The hair follicle shape is curved in Africans, variable in Caucasians, and straight in Asians. Tensile strength. Tensile strength is low in Africans and high in Caucasians and Asians. Work of combing is high in Africans and low in Caucasians and Asians. Moisture content is low in Africans and high in Caucasians and Asians. Average number of cuticle layers are highly variable in Africans, constant in Caucasians and Asians. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys like this video and see you all in next video.